Hey, how's it going? Hello everyone, thank you for the like. Appreciate it. Do you only hit the rock and stuff, or do you spar? I've already sparred. I've already trained years ago. I've already learned how to fight. I'm only training here because I have the opportunity to set up my own basement with my own gym. But gym, I already been to the gyms That's where I learned how to kickbox, Muay Thai, grapple. Now this is just my lifelong hobby and passion. Hey, good morning, bro. Good to see you. Thank you, Wilson. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Bottom of my hand's yellow. Yeah, exactly. A person that never even done this training is given some regimen or some advice. That's hilarious. Wearing bike gloves gives you same effect. Yeah. Well, if your opponent has arms, you shouldn't train on the heavy bag either then, kiddo, should you? Kids these days say the silliest things. I have a heavy bag. My point is, somebody's made a stupid statement. The heavy bag doesn't have arms either, does it? Yes, of course you need to use liniment. You need to use a formula for your hands. I don't know Hisham personally. I have spoken to him, but I learned his methods. Yes. Does your pinky hurt? No. My hands are fully fine. I train some monkey fists. I won't say I'm a monkey fist practitioner, but I trained a lot of his methods. His Shiniba methods, his squatting monkey, 5 elements, grand circle, Lohan gong, the 18 warrior steps, the beginning, and the first student form of the monkey fist. But I already know martial arts, so I use things that will complement even more, right? I like to mix up techniques, see what works. He has low self-esteem and blocks everyone. Actually, I block weirdos that don't offer any value. That's the real thing. You came on here to say loser. I hope you feel better today, kiddo. If that makes you feel better in your worthless existence, I hope it makes you feel better. You came all the way on here to say that. What value do you offer? Can you do 20 push-ups, Mr. Matty? You have a lot of inner agitated kiddos on here today, don't you? I'm asking you, sir, can you do 20 push-ups and can you share it on your YouTube channel? Of course not. I digress. Oh, you're a woman. God damn. That's terrible. I don't even want to talk to you. Why would I even argue with a woman? MMA, mixed martial arts. Yes, sir. My knuckles are trained, but I'm not gonna hit granite. My knuckles on granite. I already have it pretty well conditioned. You start with the basics. That was probably a liberal feminist. I can't even talk to those. That's good for you. You can punch granite. I'm just giving out my method, right? For example, you can punch the wooden dummy like a makiwara, right? Actually, the skin getting tougher is already done with rice or sand. This is much more in-depth than skin. Again, you think you know something, but you haven't even trained. You haven't even hit wood or sand before and you're talking. Hilarious. No, I don't follow Red Pill. I don't follow any of that manosphere. Sigma, Beta, Gamma, Delta. Just be a man, okay? Be your own man. Don't fall into this ideology war. It's not what I think, it's what centuries of methods from Shaolin, okay? Shaolin hardening skills, that's what tells you the benefits. It's not me telling you to punch a stone. I never said to anybody actually punch a stone. Actually don't watch anime. If you're a grown man, you should stop that, please. I haven't watched anime since Dragon Ball Z. This guy, real deal. Real deal with a money symbol. You don't even know who I am. That's very bold to assume. I wasn't even talking to Nemo. That's how you know you have a fragile ego. Let's see. Some of these people I'm not even talking to, and you guys get agitated. Hilarious. Nemo, please change your name. Bro, you're not a monk. Did I say I was a monk? Real deal? I'm sorry you're getting offended, but You can up your emotional intelligence, you know, as a man. That means you're just very agitated in general. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Microfractures. Microfractures. Do you even know what osteoclast and osteoblast is? Please, Emma, just go to TikTok. It's more friendly over there. It's more suited for your IQ level. Damn, you got a lot of inward agitated GMOs on today. Guys, I'm sorry. You need to seek therapy. I can't help you. I'm not a therapist. Seek therapy. This dude name is Kyle. Interesting. Emma, go to TikTok, please. It's much more fitted to your IQ level. I think Anakin is live dancing right now. Makiwara is better. Makiwara is not better. Makiwara is a good tool, though. Let's see. I'm unemployed, yes, because owning your own business and night shifts don't exist. I'm sorry you are in this rat race loophole. Uh, Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Dude, real deal. You can't even punch bare knuckle. Why are you talking? You can't even do brick knuckle push-ups. Yeah, why are you even talking, kiddo? Let's see. Sabai. There's a lot of weirdos on today. Guys, seek therapy. I think there's AI free therapists today. You guys are a waste of electricity. God damn. Never mind the waste of space. Some of you guys are a waste of electricity charging your phones for no reason. Set some life goals. Okay? Some accomplishments, you know? No, I'm just reading who I have to boot because you guys are on my live. That's the hilarious part. You're in your bed typing away. Do 20 push-ups. Wash your face. Brush your teeth. Start the day like a man, real deal. Don't even talk because you can't even punch bare knuckle. Yo, you haven't even been in a fight, bro. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness, these people are just hilarious. I'm glad I made you feel better today, real deal. I'm sorry that your parents couldn't. Maybe one day. Maybe one day you will receive some love that you are desperately missing. Kiddo, you never even been to an MMA gym. I don't know why you're laughing. That's the real funny part. Uh, Guys, brain rot is real, you know? You literally sped barley slapping. Bro, I don't speak GMO. I'm sorry. If I can't understand you, you don't offer no value. Like, you offer no value, bro. When I go to your channel, there is nothing. Zilch. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Appreciate it. Sky, you need to detox your mind, actually. Uh, Greg, you're on here on my live. Are you okay? You're a grown man, or what I assume to be a grown man. You can't even do 20 push-ups and you're talking about gooning. Who's really gooning? That's good for today. If you want hard hands, work with them. I already worked construction, brother. That's a dead-end job. Unless you're extremely skilled in your field, you're just a labor for oligarchs. Funny how people have skewed perceptions. I wonder when you have to use that in life. Well, if you want proper hands and you want to block and hit bare knuckle, you better have some conditioning, kiddo. You're better off doing wrist and forearm exercises. I already do that. And that won't be enough to punch even a heavy bag bare knuckle. Because I know you can't do that. Please show me if I'm lying. Post a video. Yeah, some of you guys, you've never been humbled in life in general. What martial art do I do? Kung Fu. I've trained Sambo before and BJJ. Why so long? I don't know what you mean, why so long? And especially if you don't have this. People asking, don't you get arthritis? This is not my first year doing this. Sir, you couldn't have the discipline to train real Kung Fu. Can you hold the horse stance for 30 minutes? I don't think so. We're not talking about just micro fracture, and we're not talking about just Wolf's Law. This is where traditional Chinese medicine comes in. If you are ignorant of the matter, please don't talk about it because you need to do more research. This is called internal alchemy. Okay, it's not about putting pressure on the knuckles. Okay, my hands are fine. Look, fingers are dexterous. Yeah. There's a lot more going on. You don't even know that MMA comes from Kung Fu. Guys, please, go watch TikTok. It'll suit your IQ levels. Do you think South Asia will produce? I do, because of Penchak Salat and various other arts. Kung Fu ain't real. Yeah, says the bum. Please don't prejudice. People prejudice because they have never even done anything of worthwhile effort. Let's see, Kung Fu isn't real. You never seen Lyoto Machida? He's a karate champion. What are you talking about? He was a UFC champion. I don't do tiger style, no. Exotics, please seek out therapy and upgrade your own life before just typing away. That's not very masculine. I'm not here to show you bag work or to jump around. I'm actually trying to boot more people. A lot of degenerates today. No, not Mantis. I do love Mantis though. But the problem is a lot of the lineages, they don't have the hand conditioning, because in praying Mantis, they do a lot of this. And they hit with the back fist and the wrist and the hammer fist, right? They hit. But a lot of their hammer fists are not conditioned. If you hammer fist somebody anywhere, on the cheek, on the forehead, and your thing is not conditioned, bro, you're gonna have a big problem. Karate isn't kung fu. Actually, karate came from kung fu. But I know what you mean. Machida was a BS fighter. Kiddo, look at your name. You're a fanatic. You're crazy anyway. Who's gonna listen to you, bro? Yeah, I do have a wooden dummy. What shall I do for stamina? Do jump rope. Habibi. Bro, don't talk that sing. Come on, you're sing, bro. Like, stay in your lane, sing. Come on. No one wants to hear that nasty mess, bro. We have too much of that here. Can kung fu be used in real life? Depending what lineage, and depending on what karate lineage. Okay, you have, like, for example, very effective Kyokushin. You have internal and external conditioning from Goju Ryu. That's why I say kung fu birthed karate. We got some crazy people with some internal agitations today, boy. If you jump rope for stamina, you're out of shape. Brother, you can't even do 5 minutes and you're talking. Like, what audacity. What audacity. Yes, actually, Kung Fu does have chinna, grappling, or joint manipulation. No, I don't do drunken fist. Yeah, Sulam Tao, Chum Q, but I will tell you, Wing Chun doesn't have it all. And people spend 20 years there. They don't even have they don't even have Qigong breathing. Professional boxers jump rope for cooldown, sir. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life, bro. Yo, this is Free Comedy Central, man. Thank you. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah, this guy's killing me right now. He doesn't even know what VO2 max is. Don't try to explain, Morgan. Don't try to. He doesn't even know what VO2 max is. You're explaining these hard to understand things to a toddler. Yes, Kung Fu is one of the most ancient forms, exactly. I was a student of Choi Lee Fut. Choi Lee Fut, 10 years, some practical, but most wasn't. Yes, Choi Lee Fut. Like I said, unfortunately, a lot of lineages are hybrid styles, meaning they lost a lot of things via cultural revolutions. Okay, the Shaolin Temple wasn't always there, right? So things got lost. Kung Fu has a lot of lost information. Yes, 100%. Do you do any meditating? Of course. Of course I do meditation. Qigong exercises. That is the secret to increase to the next level. If you already know how to fight, you know how to kick, how to punch, how to knee, how to elbow, and you still need something else. And most importantly, you need to increase your vitality. Keep that. I hear you, but when you see boxers talk about, or sorry, Wing Chun people talk about we can take boxers and they never even sparred a boxer, there's also a lot of ignorance and pride in that. I've sparred boxers. I've went from Wing Chun to boxing, right? And then kickboxing and then Muay Thai. So I understand what I'm talking about. I'm not just speaking from some bitter standpoint. I'm just speaking from reality, things that I've seen and perceived in my own journey, right? So let's just do a little warm up, and I'm gonna do some qigong actually because I'm feeling a little cold today. So let's do a quick little warm up, brother. I'm not a circus. I don't take requests. Chicken. What a omen of a name. Uh, yeah, Wing Chun is very culty. That's a good point. Very culty. That's the thing. They don't. Man, it's a different mentality, man. I started training Wing Chun in 2012, so right before the peak of the Ip Man movies started to come out. But again, like I said, don't let it shy you away from Kung Fu. Even learning some Wing Chun is fine. A lot of good sensitivity, trapping, different techniques that you can use in boxing, like Pak Sao, Bong Sao. You can use these things if you know if you know the mechanics of boxing. And I will say boxing is not overrated. Boxing is actually one of the most ancient things, because in Kung Fu, like in Shiniba, they also have the regular, like the jab cross. They have the twist though. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They have the hooks. Sorry, the hooks, and they have the uppercut. Not this way, but this way. Okay. I believe it was Joe Frazier, if I'm not mistaken, a heavyweight. I know it was a heavyweight. He used to throw his uppercut like that. Okay, like this, landing right here. Nothing is the best. Muay Thai is not the best. Yes, I agree with that. But I'm also a balanced person, because boxers, but when you take off the gloves and the wraps, it's a whole different ball game to even understand the mechanics of bare knuckle and how to feel so you can punch somebody. Bare knuckle. Yeah. Okay, we do some qigong. Get the haters more mad. Yeah, people have no idea about muscle contraction, relaxation, and breathing. The low IQ people. That is fighting Qigong, hard Qigong. You have soft and you have hard Qigong as well. Who said that? Boxer relies on his gloves and the movements are not ideal in MMA. Well, you have this guy, Tipuero. Forget his name, starts with an I or P or T. He very good hands. So boxing can be used in MMA. It's just you can't do the, you can't do all the hanging out like this in boxing, right? If you're just doing this, you can't do certain things like that. But boxing can work in MMA. In fact, if you have very good hands and you know about Ilya, yes, thank you, and you know about kickboxing, you have basic kickboxing IQ. Okay, you know to block a kick, check a kick, you know the dangers, but you have really good hands and some elbows, you're very dangerous. So that is hard Qigong to increase adrenaline, testosterone, tighten your tendons and your sinews, prepare you for fighting, and to increase your vitality. Grapplers though, what do you mean? Dude, some of you guys need intervention. Okay. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Appreciate it. Boxing works. Everything works if you train it. Okay, if you know what's going on, you can make it work. Yeah. Grapplers dominate. Currently, yes. Currently, yes. Thank you, bro. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate it. Well, good thing I'm not training for speed today. And again, never forget, you have to condition your shin as well. If your shin isn't conditioned, and you face someone with a conditioned shin, you can damage yourself. No, I get what you're saying, but I don't have today's. I'm very sore today, so speed is not my thing right now. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Appreciate that. Check out my playlist. I have some tutorials, maybe some information that is insightful. Check out the playlist. The bag is 100 pounds. No, not Kali. You don't tear your knuckles to... I don't know what you mean. My knuckles are fine though. No bleeding. No tearing. No wrist bend when you punch. And no, this isn't, sorry, this isn't Kali or Silat. This is Southern Shaolin weapon fighting. I have a video how to start iron palm training for the beginner. Check out my playlist. fun. Yes, Southern Shaolin. Southern Shaolin has many short stick fighting system and long pole as well. Hockiest guy alive. Yeah. There we go. Yep. I don't know why the comments aren't showing. Gotta keep flipping it. Miss a lot of comments then. Some say that those bags last forever. Ever last? Black Mirror, you're killing me, bro. Yeah, open hand strikes. Gotta do that on the heavy bag, man. Gotta do that. I'm in Canada, yes. I don't know if you mean California. Did I rent the space from a serial deleter? No, brother, this is my house. That's the big difference between me and you. You need to rent somewhere in mama's basement. Do I ever spar with anyone? I'm not in close distance to a big city. I'm in a small town. I already left. But I've trained in gyms, yes. I know what it's like to spar. I know what it's like to get hit. I know what it's like to hit. Very important. Other than that, you're just doing CrossFit kickboxing or CrossFit boxing, which you're not learning the real science, of course. Okay. Do you do Shotokan? No. Actually, we're doing the mace bell next for our finisher. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Check out my playlist. Okay, I made playlists for basic instructions, basic things that a martial artist should have or should train. Yeah, Indian club, Gada, commonly known as mace bell. How do you condition or train the legs? Now, what do you mean? You mean training or conditioning? Two different things. If I think I know what you're saying, hey, Jay Karate, good to see you, bro. Besides kicking, so you mean conditioning your shins? That's what I think you mean. Or do you mean conditioning the entire lower trunk? Right. This is the lower trunk. Has to be very like a tree. If you mean conditioning, if you've already done the basics, which is run, kick pads, kick the heavy bag, that provides the basic trauma, some pressure for more bone density. But if you actually want to condition the shins, you need to look past those things. If you mean by muscle now, deadlift, squat, those are basics as well. A lot of people are shying away or leaving actually the heavy lifting, the ego lifting, because for longevity it doesn't mean that. For longevity, you're gonna mess yourself up with the heavy weights. Just look at the Shaolin, okay? They have the horse stance. If you can't stand in a horse stance for 10 minutes, you should build up that process. And the horse stance can be something like shallow as this, or really it can be a deep horse stance with the back straightened. Okay, the butt is not out, the knees are forward. See, so this is, you're standing here and you can do certain positions. Okay, and you just stand there and breathe. See how long you can do that. When I hit the stone, the camera's not on me, but when I'm hitting the stone, I'm in the horse stance and I'm hitting, striking. I'm usually conditioning when I'm not training because I just punch random things while so, yeah. So if you mean the lower trunk, you need that conditioning. You need to have time under tension. That's why you see after 20 minutes people start shaking, right? Because you're just holding this. Horse stance is one of the best things. You can even look it up on YouTube. I do MMA as well, brother. I like all martial arts that I can see something, I can use it, and it works. You're a pro fighter. Which league are you in? Or company, I should say. So that's why like I said, they start the Shaolin training. They start with the kids. Okay, the kids start holding the horse stance for an hour as a basic minimum. Cage warriors, nice. Nice. What's your style? Sorry, I had to do that. Gabe owners. It's a week late, eh? You gotta wait for those good things, man. Patience. Yeah, a few good leg kicks can end the fight. However, I recommend you take leg kicks again. Build up your lower trunk. That's why I say the horse stance, it builds up your whole muscle tissue and your muscle fascia once you start going past 20 minutes. Once you can start holding it for 30, 40 minutes. And then you can have people kick your leg whose shins aren't that conditioned, for example. Okay, so where they will stop before you stop. Condition your shins. Also, I made a video how you can get a bamboo stick, wrap cotton around it and hit yourself with it as well, because that will give you proper impact. You're gonna be sore, you might have some bruising, but after a month, your legs, your abdomen, it will increase in density and being able to take trauma and hits as well. Yeah, learning to check them. Yep. All right, guys, that's enough for today. Thank you for the likes and everything. Hopefully you found this interesting. Check out my playlist. Have a great day.